Why on God's green earth would you raise women with the concept that Prince Charming is gonna come? And
these men are not emotionally unintelligent. If they were, they would not be able to manipulate your emotions like they do.
Nowadays, men aren't proper men anymore. And to me, one of the gravest sins a man can commit against a woman is wasting her time.
The inherent fact that men are evil, that is true. Like man as a whole is evil.
Why do some women say men are evil? Why are men being called lying, soulless demons? And more importantly, are they wrong? Or is there some uncomfortable truth hiding behind the drama? Let's talk about it. Every day on TikTok, podcasts, Twitter, you'll hear stuff like, men are trash. They lie, they cheat, they ghost. Some even go as far as saying, all men are evil. Now, are these just jokes, clickbait, trauma? Or are we ignoring a bigger issue here? Let's keep it real. Most of these takes don't come from peace. They come from pain, cheating, gaslighting, breadcrumbing, ghosting. When enough of that happens, it's easy to start seeing men as one big red flag with a beard. But here's the problem. Being hurt doesn't give you the right to demonize an entire gender. That's not healing. That's projecting. Social media loves extremes. Saying some men hurt me doesn't go viral. But all men are soulless demons? Views, shares, comments. Algorithms love it. So now we've got a generation feeding their heartbreak to the internet and getting clout in return. But let's not act like some men don't play games. Some of y'all really be out here lying for sport, love bombing women for 2 weeks, then vanishing like Houdini. If you move like a demon, don't be surprised when women start calling you one. At the same time, not all men are out here wildin'. Just like not all women are gold diggers, attention seekers, or emotionally unstable. The real reason we're here? Broken people dating broken people. No healing, no honesty. Just vibes and vibes turning into pain. We're not demons. We're just lost. And instead of fixing ourselves, we blame the whole gender. So let me ask you, are men really soulless demons? Or are we just in a toxic loop of bad choices, worse communication, and zero accountability? Drop a comment below. I want to hear your take. And if you've ever said men are evil or all women are the same, explain why. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it on either side of the battlefield.
I'll never forget the time I did that fake STD test shit that was trending on TikTok. Like, you put their number in the little website and it send them a message. Y'all, the nigga called me over there the same night and put me through the motherfucking bed, bitch. And that's when I knew he hated my ass. The real kicker is I picked the worst one. I didn't pick chlamydia. I didn't pick gonorrhea. I picked HIV motherfucking V, bitch. And that nigga called my phone and called me over there. And I went, because I was trying to see, like, was he trying to have a sit down? Was he trying to, like, was he going to say anything? He ain't said a word. He ain't say a word. He ain't even try to wrap up or nothing.
And you let him put you through it. Get off my phone for real. This is actually terrifying. But also, you went through with it? You must had your own money and car. You must be independent, because they hate that. I sent it to my ex, sitting right beside him, and he looked at his phone and deleted the message. Oh, baby, I started planning my exit.
The inherent fact that men are evil, that is true. Like man as a whole is evil. Like, just as an entity, a general idea. Men have inflicted violence and oppression on the world in ways that are irreparable. Like, it's okay if we say that out loud. It's okay if we say that men are inherently evil. It's like, it's not all men, but for some reason, always a man. Every time something terrible happens, always a man, like 99% of the time. So I feel like it's a lot simpler than people may think. I don't hate my man, I hate most men. And for me, I think given what men have done to me personally, to people I love, and the world as a whole, if they all start guilty and have to work their way to innocent, it's not really a big deal to me. I feel very, like, convicted in that. It's very, like, if you're not awful, prove it. Yeah. Quit talking about it and fucking do it. Because the men who complain that they really hate hearing, like, oh, what about all men? Oh, all men, all men. A lot of this, not a lot of action.
She's not lying. Even the so-called good ones, the self-proclaimed nice ones, those are the ones you have to watch out for. They're the most evil, wicked souls on this planet. To be alone is to be safe. Patriarchy is man's survival test. If we were in our natural habitat, there'd be no marriage. Community parents. Not every man would breed. Patriarchy has bastardized everything. If you're a man and you're offended or upset by any of this, you're the problem. If you think you're not one of these men, but Drew's statement made you defensive in any way, you problem. She's 100% right. And if you think logically and objectively, you'll see where she's coming from.
These men are not emotionally unintelligent. If they were, they would not be able to manipulate your emotions like they do. See, to manipulate, you have to deeply understand. So they understand your emotions. They just don't care. They want what they want. And they don't care about looking a certain way. If you want to think that they're emotionally unintelligent so that they can manipulate freely and get away with it, they'll let you think that. They'll go along with that. Men act incapable every day. Now, we know that I'm not for bashing men at all. I do not say this to bash men. I say this to protect you. You need to raise your level of emotional intelligence. You also need to understand the concept of duality and really accept it. If you look at the yin and yang signs, it's always a little bit of good in the bad, and it's always a little bit of bad in the good. You need to be able to see things clearly. Is this a mostly good person with a little bit of bad, or is this a mostly bad person with a little bit of good? See things for as they are and not as you want them to be. Once you accept reality and accept the idea of duality, you won't be so easily manipulated. You'll see right through it.
She's telling you to be logical. Emotions have their place, but they can't lead everything. And let's be real. You don't need to deeply understand someone to manipulate them. You just need to figure out what they value. We can all tell when someone's acting from emotion, but in the real world, feelings don't always matter. Facts and outcomes do. You're right, though. This applies to both men and women. Protect your energy, always. And here's the thing. A lot of men don't just want to be heard. They want to find the reason behind what you're saying. It's how we're wired. To fix, to solve. That's why we often detach. But don't confuse emotional manipulation with emotional intelligence. They're not the same thing.
Why on God's green earth would you raise women with the concept that Prince Charming is gonna come and he's just gonna save you, and it's gonna be all love and something that doesn't exist? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Like, they're all liars. They're all demons. They're all like foul. They don't have souls. Like, where is this Prince Charming at? Like, why would you lie to us and set us up for failure to like be out here trusting men for what? For what? When y'all all suck. That was your plan all along, just to manipulate us, to think that like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, let's just put it in their brains when they're little babies, like, oh yeah, men are good. No, you're not!
90% of women these days have been outside. So no, there's no Prince Charming coming to the rescue. You've got to slay a few dragons to find your princess. But some of y'all are the dragon, another future cat lady in the making. Men are out here saving women from poverty, not from 50+ body counts or unresolved trauma. That prince you're chasing, probably just another devil in disguise. Who gave you the game? Your dad? Or TikTok? The guy you're ignoring? The one who's kind, stable, and real? He's stuck in the friend zone. Meanwhile, the player got played. One more dragon down. How much of a 10 do you still feel like? There are princesses and there are maids. A king marries a princess. He only uses a maid. If you're always picking bad boys, that's not bad luck. That's a you problem.
I'm gonna explain a concept that all of you guys should know about men. This is gonna be painful, so grab some tissues. So it's like a very sick cycle. I'm sorry. Basically, a man will like you, right? He'll be interested in you, right? He will pursue you, right? He will get with you, right? You'll be in your honeymoon stage. You'll be in love with him, right? And then he'll start being disrespectful, rude, crossing boundaries. That can be a lot of things. It can be as simple as calling you out your name, which is not simple, but you know what I mean. Or all the way to like being unloyal and, you know, losing your trust, etc., etc. Now, what's going to happen when that happens is you're going to have this fit of rage, and you're not going to know what to do, and you're going to freak out, and you're going to argue and yell and fuss and fight, and he's going to tell you that he's none of those things that you say that he is and that he didn't mean it, and you're going to forgive him. Now, this is where it gets really messed up. After you show how that made you feel, he's going to like you a lot less. Even though he was the one who made you feel that way, you reacting made him like you a little bit less. And this is the sickest part. You didn't leave him the first time when you should have. So you're back with him. You're thinking that, like, you know, things are all sorted out. Things are going to go better. Things are going to be fixed. But actually, like I said, he likes you a little bit less. He finds you a little bit irritating now. And his eyes go wondering. And he might meet a girl, 2 or 3, who's so nice, so sweet, so charming to him. And he's like, wow, this girl, she treats me so much better than what's her name. She's actually fun to be around. And he starts developing feelings for her because he feels like she actually likes him. Because you're mean to him. You argue with him. You yell at him. You called his phone down. You don't let him do his own thing. But this girl, she's mysterious. She doesn't even have his phone number yet. And he's like, wow, you know what? This girl, I think I like her. And the whole time, the only reason that girl is being nice to you is because you haven't treated her like garbage, like how you treated me. That's why she's so nice to you. That's why she seems like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, because she doesn't even know the real you. But guess what? It's just like this horrible cycle, because he's going to pursue her. And you're going to be left wondering what you did wrong. You're going to be left wondering if you're ugly, if you're fat, definitely going to Ozempic. No, girl. It's him. It's all him. He doesn't like you because you called him out. So your only options were to let him do whatever he wanted and walk all over you, which a lot of girls do. You could be one of those. You could be a pushover. Go ahead. Or you could be the grown, responsible woman that you are, where you told him that's not okay, and now he doesn't really like you as much. And like, it's just a sick cycle. And it doesn't matter if you've been with that person for a month or 10 years. If you get to that point where you call him out and he's like, wow, well, this girl over here doesn't do all this annoying stuff to me because she doesn't know you. Yeah, it's a sick cycle, I know, but if you can relate, I'm just letting you know that he's the problem, girl. He's the problem, not you.
Always act unbothered. Silence is the loudest response, and it drives them crazy. All that calling, yelling, controlling, manipulative behavior, it doesn't pull people closer. It pushes them away. Stay calm, stay nonchalant. Let them spiral while you keep your peace. The secret move? Don't react. Just leave. Quietly. No drama, no warning, just gone. It's hard, but nothing messes with them more than your peace. But let's be clear, this stuff doesn't work on emotionally intelligent women. We don't crash out. We exit without a trace. Crashing out is for the emotionally immature. Experience teaches you better. That's why we need to normalize leaving at the first sign of disrespect and never going back. Because the second time, it's never better, just harder.
Ladies, I'm getting ready to tell you something that raggedy men all around the world already know. The easiest way for them to derail your success, for them to interfere with your future, is to make you the mother of one of their children. I need you to guard your womb even more than you guard your heart. Because you can get over heartbreak, but 18 years being associated with a raggedy man, like some of these men, they impregnate women on purpose. Sometimes they impregnate women to get back at you. They know good and well that $200 child support payment is not enough for you to do anything. That guarantees that you'll struggle financially. And then if they really want to hurt you, then they'll say they don't want anything to do with the child. So now you're trying to make sure your child has 2 parents, and now all of a sudden you're chasing behind this raggedy man, which is exactly what he always wanted. Listen, ladies, guard your heart, but don't forget your womb. Some men impregnate women out of spite. They want you to struggle. They want you to be a baby mama when you always wanted to be a wife. Some of them do it intentionally.
Especially if you think you're a good girl, or if you think you're better than him, or if he even feels like any of that, he will try to derail your success by attaching you to him. And he'll bring all of this struggle and all of this, like, got the baby all set up for him to come pick him up, and he don't show up and all that. Like, he will hurt you through the child. And he knows that. Just him, girl, you don't care about him, and he knows that. But you will love the child. So he'll intentionally use the child to get back at you. Promise to do things, promise to be there, promise that he'll attend this event or that event, promise to send you money to help you with this and that. They do it on purpose. Don't just be out here guarding your heart. Guard your womb too.
This is exactly the reason I made it to 30 with no kids, because my biggest fear is having them with the wrong man. I swear I am so happy that I never got pregnant for my ex-husband. I have thanked God so much for that not happening. Mine wanted a child the minute I got a major promotion, the same promotion he encouraged me not to take, giving my father, but he used us to marry my mom. My mom is miserable, and he admitted to me he was the worst thing that happened to her.
The new Barbie movie's sole purpose is to brainwash women into hating men by using lies and exaggerated caricatures of who men and women are. And it's deeply harming your and everyone's relationships, intimate relationships in their lives. That's why this matters. So let me explain. In the Barbie movie, every man is either stupid, useless, creepy, or evil. Literally, that is their main personality trait. Whereas all the women are kind, beautiful, powerful, smart, and everything's great. Until they're corrupted by the evil men, led by Ken. But don't worry, because they're all brought back to their power by Barbie. The plot of the story, if I could sum it up into one sentence, is men make the world worse, and women make the world better. The objective was to blame every problem in the world on men and the patriarchy. They took masculine qualities and they blew them so far or out of proportion or warped them to seem childish, useless, stupid again. And this is what I really hated, because it just really will influence girls and women's and boys and men's mind around what it means to be masculine and it being inherently bad and wrong and stupid. They made fun of masculine qualities like being protective, wanting to be useful, caring about women, having feelings, liking masculine things, or being competitive. And what makes me sad about this is that I know that there'll be some women who see these qualities in their partner, or some men who see these qualities in themselves, and who will demonize it and who will shut it down. And that is what's happening in our culture, as we're calling every aspect of masculinity toxic, and we're trying to beat it out of the boys and trying to scare the men out of having it. And what I wondered as I walked out of the movie theater, and there was a movie theater full of like 13-year-old kids because it was a premiere night on a Friday night, I wondered, how do the boys feel about themselves right now? And how do the girls feel about themselves as well, right? Being painted as the victims, and men and boys being these evil things in society. And how is that ripple effect going to impact all of our relationships, familial and intimate, our relationships with ourselves, and our possibility to actually be in a relationship with a masculine man? Movies are so powerful in influencing our subconscious mind. So you might think, what's the point? It's a freaking Barbie movie. But this is literally programming that stays in our minds, especially when kids watch it, whether they know it or not, and will paint the way that they see the world. And Barbie didn't start this. These themes are really prevalent in many movies and society as a whole. Once I started to see it, I could not unsee it. And here's the thing to remember, is they're not truthful. It's not that black and white. And ultimately, they're harming relationships. They're harming men and women, and boys and girls. And I am so sick of it.
If you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more.